Wait, don't go anywhere. It's a pretty cool thing now. Ready?
Welcome to a new episode of From the Unbox the Podcast, part radio show, part podcast, all music. I'm your host, Kane Wilkinson, and on this week's show...
Wait. This isn't me. This is this guy talking right now, okay?
All right.
Can you just get out of my chair, please?
I'm cuter and doing a better job than you, and you know it.
Whatever. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just, doesn't even bother fixing the equipment. What an asshole. I guess he was kind of partially right. This is From the Unbox the Podcast, and I am your host, Kane Wilkinson, not that little devil, but I'll be a cute little devil, little Jays fan. From the Unbox the Podcast, part radio show, part podcast, all music and troublemakers. Each week I venture through my submissions, all 200 or whatever or so, fresh from my inbox, and I pick out my favorites and share them each and every Monday with you guys. And a roundup style post and playlist to coincide with that too. This week, if you haven't checked it out already, there are about 27 singles and music videos up on the sites at www.dustyorgan.com. This week, there are about 2 or 3 songs that are not available on Spotify, so they're not part of the playlist, but they're definitely on the article, so they're worth the read. So head over there and check those guys out. And from those 27 songs, I kind of lost count, to be honest with you. I have 5 of them here for you today on this week's show, and all of which I'm very, very excited to share with you. And before we start, don't forget to follow Dusty Organ on Facebook, Twitter, and of course Instagram, where, if you've been following me today, I just cracked 1,000 followers. Yeah, new milestone. Thank you. I know some of you, I know there's kids that are like in grade 8 to have, way more than me, but it's a start. Considering last year, this time, I was just kind of getting back in the swing of things with Dusty Organ after taking about a year or 2 off. And I had a humble 500 or so, 510, something like that, followers. And I guess in a year, I've technically doubled, or almost doubled. It's not bad statistically speaking, So thank you very, very much to all my new followers. That is very gracious of you. I hope you're enjoying the stream of new music that I've been able to curate for you over the last year or so. And if you've been around before then, obviously you've been enjoying the music that I've been curating for you in the nice stream of things. So you get an even bigger thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And hopefully you're still kind of enjoying the content as things get bigger and better and better, which often include interviews. I don't have an interview lined up for this week's show, so I'm sorry to disappoint some people, but next week and then the week after, I've got some lovely conversations with some lovely individuals that I'm going to be sharing with you, so stay tuned for that. And I was going to talk about this a little later, but I feel like now would be a good time, since we're kind of talking about positivity and exciting new things. But Dusty Organ is technically turning 7 in February. I'm planning on celebrating with a little event online, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for now. That's all I can say. But you've heard it here first. Exclusive first bit of knowledge about Dusty Organ's birthday celebration thing. I haven't really mentioned to anybody else, so kind of keep it between you and me, okay? Thanks. Because if things go according to plan, I'm going to be very excited to share the news, and that's all people are going to be hearing for about a month until it comes into fruition. Speaking of exciting things, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, assuming you're not watching me talk to the microphone right now. And if you're not, that's very rude of you, unless you're listening on Spotify and stuff. I appreciate that too. You know what? There's no rude answer here. But you should know I'm uploading every week a new episode of From the Unbox the Podcast onto YouTube. And I'm hoping to start uploading some extra content. I've already got 2 interviews up there. All my future interviews are going to go up there as well. You can watch me listen awkwardly into a camera while somebody talks to me about great stuff, though. That's the interesting stuff, is the content we discuss. And I'm going to be doing some fun stuff too. Oh, okay, well, no, this is fun stuff as well. I mean, like different kind of fun stuff. I got some videos planned I'd like to make happen, yada, yada, yada. There's a link in the Instagram bio if you want to get into my YouTube channel, or you can head to the podcast section on the website. Just click any of the recent episodes. I embed all of these episodes on YouTube onto there as well. So it's a great place to start if you want to get subscribed. Now, this might not make for a super fun YouTube video. I don't really want to use the word fun when I'm talking about this, but I do have something very heartwarming and special to share with you today. It's an obituary. Yeah, I know, not what you were expecting, but alas. So last week, my sister, she's out in Nova Scotia, so she gets a bunch of weird stuff from the East Coast. She sent me this obituary from this woman's family in New Brunswick, I think. The woman's name was Margaret Marilyn DeAdder. And I have no relation or connection to the family by any means. My sister doesn't know them either. Her boyfriend sent it to her. I don't think he knows the family. Maybe he does. I don't know. It's a small part of Canada. But after I read it, I wish I could have met her, this Margaret woman, because she sounds fantastic in this obituary. Her son, Michael, who is a Canadian political cartoonist, Michael DeAdder, he also wrote the obituary, did a fantastic job with it. And he was saying in an interview, I was listening to some stuff, he was saying that she would have been ecstatic by how viral this whole thing has gone, because I know CBC picked it up recently. The Huffington Post did an article about it. So maybe, maybe you're listening to this and you've already heard it or read it, but it's just too wonderful not to share. And honestly, it might just be the highlight of your week. It was mine. That's why I'm sharing it with you. I know the first time I read it, I just felt better about life. Clearly, this family's got a lot of humor and wondrous things about them, and I just wanted to pass that along. So if you want to read the article yourself or share it, I've posted a link on the new From the Inbox blog post, and I'll also have it linked in the description as well. I think it would be a great time to start the show. Let's do this. All right, I want to keep those good vibes rolling. So with this first track, you might have already clued in, since I always start with the intro song. This one is a Latin-flavored jam, fronted by jazzy vocals of bandleader Sammy Ray. Sammy Ray and the Friends is a New York-based collective of 8 musicians that fuse together all of the music's most fun genres. I'm talking funk. Soul, jazz, pop, and even classic rock are all pumping blood to the heart of the band as they produce delightful and energizing tunes. And as Sammy puts it, the group is the lunch table that I've always wanted. I love that phrase. Their latest single and first of the new year is Creo, Sientes, a spicy and devilishly fun track about having a crush. It's got a smooth flow of salsa music with a jazzy bossa nova vibe to slow things down as Sammy herself encourages taking it real slow. Featuring a Spanish verse from Seabass, who is an up-and-coming New York City musician and friend of the band, they lean into the Latin pop vibes, covering a lot of ground in just 3 short minutes. I've already listened to this track about 100 times today alone, and I'm not sick and tired of it yet, which is a great sign. And good news, if you find yourself also jamming out to this track a whole bunch like I am, the group just put out their new EP, Let's Throw a Party, this past Friday, and no surprise whatsoever, it's a bright, bold, and invigorating release. I can only imagine how lively and fun their live shows are. Just listening to the record, you can get a sense of their kind of like this NYC swagger and confidence, but at the same time, they pride themselves on being such an inclusive and welcoming community of musicians, artists, and dreamers. And sometimes you just kind of get this feeling that they might just be singing just for you. If there's one thing you should do after this show, speaking of the podcast show, it's listening to Let's Throw a Party from Sammy Ray and the Friends. Hint, the title track is an absolute banger. But first, to get you introduced, here is Creo, Sientes.
How do I say what you already know? Talk with my ears, maybe take it real slow. Como se dice en español? ¿A dónde vas después de eso? Find you on my mind without warning. I say what you already know? Talk with my hands, maybe take it real slow. Como se dice en español? I know the best, that's what they'll show. And working the words out and walking your way. Hoping it works out and maybe someday you let me know that it's all okay. Creo lo sientes, pero no sé.
Hola mami, pasa nada. ¿Qué tú quieres? ¿Qué tú piensas de nosotros, tú y yo? Hola guapa, ¿qué pasó?
Hola papi, pasa nada. ¿Qué tú quieres? ¿Qué tú piensas de nosotros, tú y yo?
Te vi pasar y otra vez el tiempo se detuvo. Con tu mirada y tu perfume me quedé mudo. Quisiera conquistarte con toda mi poesía y todas las estrellas del cielo te bajaría.
How do I say what you already know? Talk with my hands, maybe take it real slow. Working the words out, walking your way. Hoping it works out, maybe someday you let me know that it's all okay. Creo lo sientes, pero no sé. And how do I tell you what you know? Talk with my hands and go real slow. Como se dice en español? Can't you see I got no place left to go? I'm working the words out and walking your way. Hoping it works out, maybe someday you let me know that it's all okay. Creo lo sientes, pero no sé.
Wow. Gotta love it. If you enjoyed that song as much as I did, I've added it to my starting lineup playlist on Spotify. If you're not familiar with that, go check it out. It is my favorite top 20 songs at any given moment. Always new music, and it's a rotating door as well, since if I keep it at a strict 20 song playlist. So if I add something new, unfortunately someone's got to get cut, but no one knows who it will be. It's so exciting. All right, so this next track is all about being faced with a crossroads of sort. You've got a decision in front of you, and realistically, you don't really know the outcome of A or B or C or whatever. And for Los Angeles-based singer-songwriter Isabel Whelan, her new single Treading Water was written fresh out of university after feeling stuck with the daunting task of figuring out a career. She opens up about it in an interview with Atwood magazine, saying, "I was conflicted with doing what I thought I should do versus what I knew I exactly wanted to do. I think a lot of people experience this no matter what type of career they choose. It's almost like a rite of passage as a young adult to question what the hell you're doing in life and if you've chosen the right path. This song is a way of convincing myself to let go and follow my intuition, even though it's pushing me toward terrifying and uncharted territory. I had the realization that ignoring my inner voice would only cause me to sink deeper into sadness." Ah, yes, the good old existential crisis fresh out of university. Does it ever go away, really, people? Does it? Probably not. It's been, when did I graduate? I don't remember. 5 years ago? 6 years ago? I don't know. Who knows? What about you? How long has it been? See, exactly. No one really knows. Either way, Whelan herself, who performs under the moniker Belle, spelled B-E-L, has turned that internal frustration and difficult decision-making into a glossy, ethereal indie folk tune, kind of reminiscent of Fleetwood Mac and Angel Olsen. The melancholic chord progression, which she actually admits kind of struck an immediate sense of fear and frustration within her when she first heard it. It also captures that introspective struggle, and Belle's diamond-in-the-rough vocals really pull it all together. And with a bit of good news, Treading Water will be on her debut EP, which will be coming out sometime this spring. Right now, she only has 3 songs to her name, including Treading Water, but what is already out in the world, those 3 songs, are an absolute treat, and I can only assume the EP will just be a continuation of that. Her lovely, it's just such a nice glowing folk sound. So without further ado, here is Treading Water from Los Angeles singer-songwriter Belle.
I've been treading water, now my legs are numb. Say treading water, trying to keep my head above. I've been treading water, gotta keep my head above.
Hey, hello, how are you guys doing? Great. I just wanted to take this time to let you guys know, if you haven't already, now is a great time to buy some merch. DustyOrgan.com/shop, or subscribe to my Patreon, patreon.com/DustyOrgan. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff up there, and if you're still listening, I can get you a fresh new toque for only $20. So listen up, here's the deal. Since you're listening to my lovely podcast, I am offering listeners a winter bundle, which is not just a toque. It's a toque, set of coasters, sticker, button, and a very secret ULR code for only $20. $20. That's $5 off right there. Regular price $25 for that thing. And if you live in Canada, there's free shipping involved. Free shipping. Don't even have to worry about that. I know, right? Mind blown. All you have to do, it's very simple. All you have to do is email me at dustyorganmusic@hotmail.com. Yes, Hotmail. And just type merch podcast or podcast merch or merchy merch in the podcast bunch, something of the sort. And I'll know what you're talking about. And then I can send you the very exclusive winter bundle, because there's only like 30 something left of them. And yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Your head's going to be cold. It's winter, people. Wake up. Look outside. It's snowing. I don't know, is it? And if you don't like me that much, that's cool too. I get it. That's fine. I'm not even offended. Just kidding. If you're watching on YouTube, that was a lie. Just sign up for the newsletter and we'll call it even instead. Okay, cool. Okay, head to the website, sign up there. There's a little pop-up that comes up, or on the sidebar or the about page. There's so many places for you to click and sign up for this newsletter. There's a link in my Instagram bio. There's one in the description below, assuming you're watching on YouTube. And since we're on the topic of dope secret gems, this next artist fits that description perfectly. Brandon Osborne, better known as CONXEPT, there's an X in there, CONXEPT. I'm doing a lot of spelling this week. He's an up-and-coming rapper from London, UK, not Ontario. His new single, Makaveli, named after and inspired by the alias of Tupac, you might know that name, is a strong first impression because he's mixing together a clusters of genres, mostly British style, got grime, bit of drill, and trap, but at the same time, CONXEPT has this sound of his own that's kind of familiar and refreshing at the same time. He's clearly been honing his craft, quietly on his own in the back somewhere, because he has the polished and articulate flow of a much more established artist, which is why I'm very, very excited to share this song with you. And in true indie music fashion, CONXEPT himself is a strong supporter of the underground music scene, especially out there in London. And his new track, Makaveli, is an anthem in support of opening up the gates to let the unknown names get a chance to shine. Here's a little clip on the new single.
For me, Makaveli is like a statement. And just like with any form of art, it's going to be interpreted by the public in different ways. But to me, it's more like a message to show how I'm driven. I'm hungry. I'm rooting to try and be one of the best. And for me, it feels like the beginning. Like I've been reborn or something, But it's more or less in support of the underground as well. In the UK, there's a lot of great music out there. And obviously, the UK is very diverse. There's so many different types of people in the UK from all over the world that are here, It makes it such a cultured place. And there's all types of styles and unique people that we don't hear about because we're so fixated on the main subgenres that are popular right now. And I feel like we should have more of an open mind in, allowing other people to get their spotlight too.
And I feel like his song is something that can be enjoyed by a lot of different hip hop fans. It's very versatile without being too dependent on, pop hop trends and auto-tune rap and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I gotta let you decide. So here is Makaveli from London rapper CONXEPT.
So any character I'ma bring. They gon' remember me like Makaveli.
Makaveli. They gon' remember me like Makaveli. Makaveli. Yeah. They gon' remember me like Makaveli. Yeah. Rappers wanna be great, but ain't go where it takes. So I'm setting a bar, and I'm raising the stakes. If you ain't in your own lane, then there's no way you could be the greatest. Copying flows, copying tracks, the line is blatant. So the money is residual, I'm finna get it now. Ain't no way I'm finna settle down. Rappers brag about bust downs like they got nothing else to rap about. Then they claim that they the GOAT. Quicksand they dissolve, and deep waters couldn't flow. Putting a laugh on my shoes, I could bet they wouldn't cope. One day I'll be the one, and there will never be another. Put it on my grandfather, auntie and grandmother. People preying on the low, they don't wanna be discovered. Peep the game with a laser beam, rappers ducking undercover. No one ain't praying for me, everyone playing for keeps. It's everyone for themselves, it's the world versus me. Never compare to these fuckboys, cause these fuckboys ain't me. They ain't gonna like when I put my dick up in this industry. Makaveli. They gon' remember me like Makaveli. 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 They gon' remember me like Makaveli. Makaveli. Yeah. They gon' remember me like Makaveli. Makaveli. They gon' remember me like Makaveli. Makaveli. Yeah. They gon' remember me like Makaveli. Yeah.
Mondays, am I right? Fortunately, everybody out there has the From the Inbox to look forward to each and every week on Mondays. And if you've already forgotten, this show is an extension of that weekly segment that I do. And more importantly, there's a Spotify playlist available for you to check out all the songs curated to flow from one track to the other. Kind of like a little mixtape for you each week. And I know some people are on the hunt for new music all the time. You should also check out Dusty Organ's other playlists on Spotify. I've got a variety of genres if you want to be more specific. It's alternative, metal, R&B, electronic, hip-hop, folk, pop, indie. It's all on there. Just got to follow us on Spotify to uncover a whole new world of music. And if you want to have some fun and get into my more personal taste, I've got a few public playlists that are just for my own enjoyment that I listen to when I have the time. But hey, go ahead. Feel free. You're welcome to join in. The water's warm. I don't know how I managed to make that creepy. There's an emo night mix, summer chill cottage playlist, even a collection of my favorite songs from high school if you want a soundtrack to what I kind of was like in high school, which is always hilarious. I'm not posting a picture. Don't you dare try to find one either. I'm already tangenting off. I was mentioning Mondays because this next artist wrote a song all about them. Kind of. It's actually just named after the day of the week. Irish singer-songwriter Paul Caldwell, who now calls Vancouver his home, wrote his new song Monday to embody the feeling of loneliness, insecurity, and doubt that can fester fresh off those Sunday scaries. It was written a while back, and Caldwell was going through a particular dark time in his life, and Monday was kind of a way for him to connect with those feelings and uncertain times and push through. But at the same time, just like how there's a light at the end of the tunnel, the song has its light at the end of the tunnel. It's this wonderful jangling piano foundation. There's a certain hope to it that just keeps coming back around every verse and chorus. And for a guy who's from Ireland living in Vancouver, this one has a surprisingly Southern Louisiana, Americana kind of vibe to it. All thanks to the keys. And even more so, Caldwell's got a bit of a Tom Petty sound going on too on his voice. So, if Mondays ever have you down, or you're feeling a little blue, today, particular, or maybe tomorrow, whenever you're listening to this episode. Paul Caldwell is here to make it a little bit easier. And I guess by proxy, so am I. You're welcome. You can find Monday on his new EP, Headlines, which just came out last week on the 18th. But let's just jump right into it. Here is Monday by Paul Caldwell.
I can go days or weeks without ever feeling a thing. Come last Monday, you were all I could think. With each breath drawn, breathe out a little bit of your name. Now I can see, could never work out this way. Sorry if I ever caused your heart any harm. After all the time spent in each other's arms, understand why things have gone this way. Day after day, everything slowly fades, and I miss you most on Monday. My mind goes back to the first day I saw your face. 21 in a bar home 1,000 miles away. I wonder what would happen if I sat next to you. If I could, you felt that draw and I felt it too. Sorry if I ever caused your heart any harm. After all the time spent in each other's arms, understand why things have gone this way. Day after day, everything slowly fades, and I miss you most on Monday, and I missed you most on Monday. Wandering hurt most on Monday. Wandering hurt most on Monday. wondering hurt most on Monday.
For you number nerds out there, I said Monday about 7 times in that blurb before I played the song. Just in that 2 minutes there, I said it 7 times. 8 if you count the one I just immediately said right now. Anyways, we're almost at the end of the show, so if you are enjoying what you're hearing, please let me know by leaving a 5-star review and by following the podcast. People were saying that moving your voice up and down can be quite entertaining for listeners. I don't know. It's very easy to do. All you got to do is click a button, write something, say 5 stars, and poof, bada poof, I make $1 million, and then I can give it all back to you. Even if you write the word good as a review and then click the 5-star button or K period, I don't know. I'll know exactly what you mean. So don't be shy. And if you're a fan of new music, and let's be real, if you're sticking around this long as this loser of a guy in his bedroom records this episode, no one sticks around this long in that circumstance. If you weren't a fan of new music, this is part of the sacrifice about being ahead of the curve. Gotta listen to me talk. You can find more great new releases up at dustyorgan.com. My most recent album review roundup, in no particular order, features 5 new releases. I got Bicep, Lokoi, Rye, Teen Creeps, and Kiwi Jr. Those ones are all reviewed and featured in the new INPO, and they're all just like solid releases. And you may remember I was just talking about my starting lineup playlist at the beginning of the show. So we're coming full circle here because this next track is also on that roster. Put me in, coach. That's what this song yelled from the bench. So I, being the coach and manager and GM and assistant coach and trainer of the starting lineup playlist, put them in. Picked them up and put them in the starting lineup. They are on the starting roster. This one's fun to say. Miyanomori is a new song from Japanese DJ duo Snowk. Snow with a K at the end. I'm probably saying that wrong. It's fresh from the pair's new LP Powder, which came out on Friday as well. It features an array of genres and even more extensive array of features from around the world, showing off their production skills and songwriting abilities. But on Miyanomori, I'm getting pretty good at that. Oh, I lost it. Miyanomori. I'm so sorry. On Miyanomori, they're sticking to their strengths with this surprisingly neo-French house style track, bringing in bits of psychedelic textures and scattered vocals to really help make the track pop. And at the end of the day, the repetitive hook on the chorus is just such a banger. I had to add it to the playlist. And this show, it's just hard not to hit repeat on this one. I've listened to it a bunch already. And simple, I guess, is just always best sometimes when it comes to electronic music. Nothing too fancy, and I wouldn't say simple. It's still complex enough that there's something going into it, obviously. But it's just so easy to consume and enjoy, and it's a lot of fun. And if you're a fan of their sound, I highly recommend checking out their previous single, Under the Moon. You can find an article about that on Dusty Organ if you search on the website. Or just, immerse yourself in Powder by Snowk. Not much more to say about this, and I also don't want to keep saying the song's name because I'm butchering it. So all you can really do is just sit back and enjoy. Let me say it one more time just to cue it in. Here is Miyanomori from DJ duo Snowk. Miyanomori. I feel like somebody's going to correct my pronunciation on that last song, but I tried my best. That's all I can say. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter that I talk about all the time. And more importantly, email me, merch, podcasted in the merchy bunch, whatever I said before. Email me to get yourself a dope-ass winter bundle. Very exclusive. Sold a couple recently to raving reviews. They've all said, oh, my head is so great. My coffee table is not stained, and my phone looks great with my new sticker. Thanks, Kane. And my jacket looks great with a button. And that secret ULR code. What? Don't deny it, man. The cold weather is still upon us. You need toques. And I need you to need toques. That's the real deal. DustyOrganMusic@hotmail.com. Just mentioned Merchant Podcast. $20 free shipping within Canada. Woo! Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, including on YouTube now. Hello, welcome. Nice to see you. It's the easiest thing to do in the world. We've already gone through this, okay? Just hit K, like, whatever you click the buttons. Click the buttons. I don't know. It's been a long time back in my day. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Spotify, and Patreon. Thank you, everyone, for letting me hit that 1K milestone on Instagram. Keep it coming. Let's hit 1,500. That's what I want to say. 1,500. Let's keep the ball rolling. And please subscribe to the newsletter. I already said it, but say it again. Subscribe to the newsletter. I'll send you a thank you note in the mail. I got 2 heading out already to the U.S. this week. I'm not afraid to go international, people. I will go international. Call me Austin Powers, because I am the international spy that sent you a thank you note. And more importantly, thank you for listening. I hope you'll share this podcast with a friend so they can see how stupid I can be. And don't forget to check out the full From the Inbox blog post and playlist online. DustyOrgan.com. It's got all your new music needs. I think my original slogan for that was like, discover, listen, share, something like that. So go do that right now. Discover, listen, and share. I'm not very good at goodbye, so goodbye. From the Inbox podcast was written and recorded by Kane Wilkinson. Editing was done by my Bert Ovenmitt. It was recorded in front of the pile of books. From the Inbox podcast is a Dusty Organ production. All the songs were used with the proper permissions.